everybody, welcome back to Movie Mama. I hope everybody's having a super great week. I know personally I am, because I've learned to do something that I was never even able to do as a child, which was take a nap, which I now can do, especially with my little cat. Little is not correct, she's actually like 16 pounds. But we take naps during lunch for like 20 minutes every day during my regular work week, and it is so nice. I don't know why I couldn't do it as a child. I think it really just comes down to FOMO. But now I'm probably going to have to go back to like physical building and do my work, and there's no place to take a nap. So I don't know how I'm going to function. But anyway, that's what I have going on this week. I know it's super exciting. The movie I watched this week is actually pretty exciting, and it's called The Vast of Night, and it is a little indie film. It didn't get a whole lot of notoriety, it didn't get a whole lot of buzz, and I don't know why. It's actually really quite surprising. It's exclusively on Amazon. It's an Amazon original, so if you have Prime, it's free. If not, then what are you waiting for, man? Just get some Prime. I mean, free shipping. Anyway, let's break it down. Okay, so like I said, this is exclusively on Amazon. So you more than likely need to have some kind of Prime account in order to watch it. If you don't have one, borrow one from a family member. My whole family just borrows mine anyway, so go for it. It stars Sierra McCormick as Faye Crocker and Jake Horowitz as Everett. They live sometime in the 1950s, somewhere in New Mexico. They don't really give specifics. But Faye and Everett are high school age, and there's a huge high school basketball game going on. The whole town is going. However, Faye has to work at the switchboard. Back in the day, I'm not going to go too much into it because I don't really understand it, but back in the day, small towns had one line that came into the town, one phone line, and then they had a switchboard where an operator would literally connect the line to whoever's house. And that's what her mom does. But her mom works now a second job, so she's got to go run the switchboard during the basketball game. Everett is the local DJ for the town, so he gets the night slot, and that's what he has to go do. So they're two teenagers missing the high school basketball game. While Faye is working at the switchboard, she gets a weird phone call, and she gets a weird like buzzy noise, signs kind of thing going on. And so she calls Everett, and she's like, "What is this noise? Do you know what this is?" And he's like, "You know what? Let's go investigate it." And they do. This movie is kind of really different than I think a lot of the sci-fi movies that are coming out right now. It is very innovative. It's an indie film, like I said. It won a lot of awards for being an indie film, which I didn't realize until I started watching it and started researching it for the show. Also, and one of the things that I saw, and I can only find it one place, so I'm not sure how true it is, but the director of this movie used a digital camera and a go-kart. I think that's awesome. I think that's kind of innovative. You know, stuff like that is what George Lucas did. That's what the Alien series started from, is just people being really innovative and thinking outside the box. And it really paid off in a big way in this movie. So the big question in this movie is, what the heck is this noise? They keep hearing it, and then there's like random guy calls into the switchboard, and they put him on the radio, and he's like, "Oh, I've heard this noise, and I work for the military, and it's not good." And then it's this really cool monologue that is done by somebody off screen, and he is explaining how he was used as a black man, and other black men were used along with Mexicans, because had they talked about it, they would be, no one would believe them. So it's really interesting. There's a lot of twists and turns, but basically Faye and Everett, the two stars of the show, have to investigate. What is going on? Why do people know about this? Why doesn't everybody know about this? What is this noise? And because it's sci-fi, you can probably come to the conclusion that they're really struggling with, because in early 1950s, come on, aliens? And this seems like it's before Roswell, so I don't know. But it's very interesting to watch their like, wait, what? Kind of mentality in it, because it's just such a foreign concept in that time frame. So that's a really kind of interesting little perk that you get with this movie as well. Okay, I just want to say Faye is just one of my new favorite characters ever. She got big glasses, she likes science, she's in love with a really geeky guy. I mean, this girl is just cut from a very familiar cloth. So I could not get enough of her. I thought she was adorable. And then the Everett character is also equally cute. He's kind of fast talking and, hey man, what's going on? And he's an AV nerd. And if you don't know what that is, go ask your mom or go ask grandma or go ask grandpa. I don't know if they still have AV Club, but they used to have it back when I was a kid. And that's why we're here today. That's why there's so many of us nerds. Hi. And the whole dynamic between the two of them is actually really adorable, which is not something you normally find in a sci-fi movie. And it's so underlying. It's not like this overt, oh, Everett, save me, baloney that I can't stand in a lot of movies. She's very capable. He's very capable, but he's also kind of like taking care of her, and they're kind of like, oh, hi, but it's never like overt. And I kind of really love that about this movie. Also, there is the scene where the gentleman calls and he's talking about his experience as a black man in the military, and just that undertone of it's 1950s and things are not that equal and things are not that fair. So that is definitely in there, which I thought was a great kind of, again, subliminal, but still an ad. There's also something that this is gonna go for a while, so brace yourselves. There's a scene in there where they are kind of filming throughout the town. They're just kind of going throughout the town, and you know that there's something going on. You know that maybe there's aliens somewhere, and when they're filming, you're like, oh my god, there it is. No, okay, no, that's just the water tower. Oh no, that's just a house. And it's hard to explain. You have to watch it, but it is really good. And you're on suspense. You're like, oh wait, no, yep, no. Do you see something? I'm not going to tell you, but that scene is amazing. I also really like just the subliminally ease of it. There's a lot of it that is undertones of how things were done in the 50s, and the cars are amazing. Again, period pieces, I guess I'm a big fan because I loved all of it. The cars are bananas in this movie, and it looks like they just did it in a really small location. I don't think they had a very big budget. So for what they did to create a sci-fi movie with the little money that they probably had, it's so good. The writing is excellent. The undertone of that's crazy, that can't be real, is such a realistic aspect for 1950s. And they're so like, wait, what? In a lot of these situations, and it's just super appropriate. And because they're nerds and because she reads science magazines, they're the first ones to kind of be like, I think this is a thing. So I really love that about it. I'm always gonna love a movie with a really great, smart, nerdy girl. Call me biased. It is the 1950s, and there are children smoking in this movie. That's really it. That's all I got. Everything else I really liked. But don't smoke, it's gross. What is the moral of this story? Well, I didn't know. So I asked my BF, the boyfriend, because we watched it together, and I said, what is the moral of the story? I don't know. It's just, I don't know. Don't go outside at night. And he was like, no, come on. So he told me, and I wrote it down, so I'm going to read it to you. He said, sometimes the most unbelievable things end up being true. Insightful. There's a reason why I date him. But I think he's right. You look at other movies like Jurassic Park, Jeff Goldblum told y'all, life is going to find a way, and it did. And this is kind of one of those things. Yeah, I don't believe it. That's not real. Those things don't happen. But the reality is that it did happen. So there you go. It's just one of those, just because you don't want to believe it doesn't make it true. And that's the beauty of science. It is real and it is true no matter what your opinion of it is. Ricky Gervais said this once, and I thought it was really, really good, that if we went back and we just erased everything that we know, like let's say we just, something happened and there was 4 of us and we had to start all over and we had to teach everything from scratch. We don't remember anything. Probably a lot of things would be different, but the thing that wouldn't be different would be science, because it has to be true. You can't do things without facts. You can't do things without trying to prove it's not real. And then when you can't, okay, well then it must be true. So this is kind of one of those lessons of people saying, oh, well, no, that's not real. Those things don't happen, but they're literally happening in front of their eyes. So I guess that's the moral of the story. There's a great quote in here, and it's part of the suspense, so I'm going to tell you. If you don't like spoiler alerts, slide on through this one and go to the end, because it's good. If you're going to do it, you better do it. They're up there, and they won't be here for long. Yeah? Well, that's it. That's this week's movie, The Vast of Night. Who knew? Indie sci-fi, so good. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you have any ideas or any movie you think that I probably haven't seen, which is not a lot, let me know in the comments below, and maybe I'll shoot an episode about it or watch whatever movie you recommend. I hope you're all being good. I hope you're all washing your hands. Stay strong. We're going to get through this. We're going to go back to work. We're going to go back to the gyms. We're going to go back to, hopefully the movie theaters. I can't wait. I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next time. Bye.